right, so like I promised you guys, there would be another episode on a Wednesday, and then of course there's going to be another one on Friday. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. Thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video.
Is definitely a hero, and this panel is not the defense y'all apparently think it is. Let's talk about it. So I made a video before where I called Luffy a hero, and people got really mad and kept referencing this scene in the comments. So let's look at it. Luffy goes, "Hero? No way!" And Jinbei goes, "What?" And Luffy goes, "We're pirates. I love heroes, but I don't want to be one." And Jinbei goes, do you even know what a hero is?" And then Luffy goes, "Let's say there's a bunch of meat. Pirates have feasts and eat meat, but heroes give meat to the people. I want to eat the meat." And somehow, y'all's takeaway from this is that Luffy is not a hero, instead of that Luffy doesn't know what the fuck a hero is. Like, Zoro goes on to make the same joke a little bit later, and guys, the point is that Luffy and Zoro aren't really good with word definitions, right? And Luffy just wants to eat meat, and Zoro just wants to drink booze, but neither of those things have anything to do with them being a hero. And the funniest part is, we literally go on to see what Luffy does when he encounters people who don't have food. That was the whole plot of Wano. Now, yes, in the beginning, he did eat all of the rice Otama had left. Do we think that makes his actions through the course of the Wano arc less heroic? Like, I have watched plenty of shows and movies about superheroes, and here's some things I can tell you. There is always a character who talks a big game, who walks with the hero swagger and says all the hero things, but when it comes down to it, has never done anything heroic in their life. And without a doubt, there is always also another character who doesn't believe that they are a hero, who doesn't even often believe in their ability to be heroic, and yet we see them do hero things time and time again. Which of those people is the hero? The one who says, "I'm a hero," and does nothing, or the one who says, "I'm not a hero," and does the heroic thing? Luffy's intent around being a hero doesn't matter. He is one.
I feel like intent. No. No. Let me watch the video all the way through. Before I say anything.
By virtue of his actions. And it's concerning me that you guys seem to have a really hard time reading between the lines, and you take everything on page as being 100% literal. Wow. Okay, bye. Luffy.
No, okay, so before I start talking about this, I do want to go ahead and state I have no issues with C. She's a pretty cool human being, okay? There is no issues. What I'm about to say is by no means attacking her, okay? I am by no means trying to come at anybody. I just think she did some things right, and she did some things clearly wrong. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk first about intent. Intent is absolutely important. Their intent is the difference between hero and heroic deeds, okay? That's called intent. For example, let me give you an example without going into a tangent, all right? Let's say telling the truth, for example, okay? You can tell the truth, and then the opposite of the truth would be a lie, right? You are a liar if your intent was to deceive. If your intent was to not to deceive and you just happen to say the wrong information, it's just false. So the truth would probably be antithesis to the false rather than being a liar, right? There's a difference between somebody who says something false and somebody who is intentionally lying. Keyword, intent. Let's get back into the main topic. Luffy is not intentionally trying to be a hero. He's intentionally trying to make people free, but not intentionally trying to be a hero. Intent is very important, okay? For example, let me show you some different examples of him not doing heroic things. He kidnapped Brule, freeing known criminals from Impel Down and letting them go free, simply because they help him they help him achieve a means to an end. Helping Crocodile so that Crocodile can help him free Ace. Now, did he also happen to save Whitebeard? I don't think Whitebeard was going to get hurt by Crocodile, but did he happen to save Whitebeard from Crocodile? Yes. Now, keyword here is intent. Luffy will do whatever it takes to achieve his own goal, okay? Whatever it takes to achieve his own goal. Circumstantially, it just so happens that they happen to also involve saving people. He's not a hero. He is a guy who happens to have heroic deeds under his belt, you know? So, no, I don't think he's a hero. And you are right in the sense that Luffy does not know the definition of certain things. I agree with you 100%. Neither does Zoro. It's, the whole gag of it. And I agree in that specific area. The whole point of it was twofolds. One, they don't know what a hero means. And two, Luffy has done heroic things. To a lot of people, he's a hero. but by definition, he's not intentionally trying to be a hero. He's just doing whatever he wants to do by his own means. And if he does heroic deeds, he does heroic deeds. If he never does heroic deeds, he will never do. His whole bottom is, hey, I just want to be free, and I will help you be free simply because you gave me food. Okay, it's just that simple. It really is, you know. So he doesn't care about being a hero. I am willing to bet, and I could be wrong. Okay, this is the part where I could be wrong. Okay, I am willing to bet that if Luffy heard, oh, this island is being subjugated, oh well, let's keep going. Like, I really don't think Luffy would care unless it says this island is being subjugated, and then my friend, you know, like Luffy's friend is on there, or somebody Luffy cares about is on there. Then he'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll go help it. Because if that was the case, he'll be freeing so many other islands. There are some islands that are still under Big Mom's belt, even though Big Mom is quote unquote out of commission, you know, or some islands that are under Blackbeard's belt. It doesn't benefit Luffy's cause currently. So why would he do it? You know, he's not a hero. He's not a hero. You could argue that the revolutionaries are more heroic than Luffy is, or even Sword or Kobe. Kobe is heroic. Garp is heroic. Luffy is he's just done heroic deeds, you know. So, but yeah. At the end of the day, no bad blood. I feel like there's some things like you kind of skipped over. Okay, this is Emily. I am already worried about this video simply because of the type of person Emily is.
What do you like to do?
Let's go ahead and check it out.
I like to collect the tattooed corpses of dead trees and display them in my room. Do you mean books?
Emily. The tattooed corpses of dead trees. You know what? That's what I'm going to call them now. I collect tattooed corpses of dead trees. That actually sounds cool. You know what? I'm not going to judge you anymore, Emily, because this time you actually said something I might actually use.
All right, One Piece fans, Straw Hat crew, I need some answers. I've got questions about Luffy, thoughts about Zeph, is about Sanjay, Hachan. I spent way too much time with Hachan, and then I met Arlong.
Who's Hachan? I completely forgot who Hachan is. Who's Hachan? Hachi? Hachi?
Stick around. Spend some time here. So go ahead and start from the bottom. Like, subscribe, follow, save if you need to come back to this, because this one's going to be a little bit long. Jen defends him, right? Throws him a gas mask. And Luffy's willing to risk his life and limb for Jen. Why is our boy Luffy like this? Put it down in the comments.
I think it's because of principle. I think Luffy is doing it simply because of principle, you know? Like he's not trying to be heroic. He's just doing it because of principle. Yeah. I think it's just principle, you know? Like the guy's standing up for what he believes in. And Luffy likes that. So I think it's principle.
Here with Zeph and with Sanji. And Sanji and Zeph are trapped on an island. And they're going to starve to death.
Right.
But Zeph does something incredible. He tricks Sanji into thinking that there's 2 bags of food. Cuts off his right foot to feed himself. Sanji doesn't figure this out for days. Sees that his foot is cut off. And his entire attitude, behavior, and his life changes. That kind of sacrifice. Has anybody ever done that for you? I hope everybody...
Yes. Next question.
Everybody has somebody like Zeph in their life. I love that Oda includes philosophy in his writing. We've got Arlong himself. Weapons give birth to wicked thoughts and violence. They're the #1 threat to peace. Like Oda, you can't...
Let me rethink that again. Let me see. Weapons give birth to wicked thoughts and violence. They're the #1 threat to peace. I 100% agree. I feel like that statement can be considered incomplete. Weapons give birth to wicked thoughts and violence. That is true. That is true. They're the #1 threat to peace. That is true. But they're also the #1 cause for peace. Let me just give you a quick explainer to the real world. You only live in the real world just as much as I do. You know how the real world works. Look, you don't form peace with other nations or other people by saying, Kumbaya, let's all just hold hands. No. Peace is formed by saying, I have the bigger stick. If you mess with anything that I tell you not to mess with, the stick will be used on you. That is how peace is formed. Peace is formed by saying, hey, you got a big stick, I got a big stick. Let's not use the big stick on each other. Peace is formed through opportunity costs, fear, and all that things. Peace is not formed by saying, we love each other. I'm sorry, peace on a grand scale, it's not formed that way. You can have peace with your best friend like that, by saying, at the end of the day, I love you, man. I'm not really about to do that to you. And even then, you can still argue that that's still the case, regardless. But said weapons that are a threat to peace also tend to be the weapons that cause peace. So I think it's a two-edged sword. Is that a word? Two-edged sword? Or both ways? Or wait, two sides of the same coin. There we go. Two sides of the same coin. That's the word. Yes. Peace that causes violence is also the same peace that stops violence with threat of violence. Wow, the world is weird, man. I just really, okay. Tell me if you disagree.
Peace. Like, Oda, you can't be dropping that kind of wisdom through a villain. That makes me really like that villain. I got a little bit hung up on a character, and that's Hachan. Or Hachi. I don't know.
Okay.
Some of the weirdest, coolest ability. As a fishman, he's got suckers on the outside of his arms. I had to give him muscles. Like, I couldn't leave him with the spaghetti arms. So I drew the suckers on the backside of his arms. I've got him attached to a boat here. I was so frustrated. I couldn't believe that Nami left the Straw Hat crew. And so when Nami stabs her own hand, that moment right there, I was like, yes, that a girl. That's incredible. And we've seen that twice here in this Barati arc, where people in this crew and people that are associated with Luffy are willing to sacrifice pieces of them. This one piece is so much bigger than themselves. End of volume 9. We got our boy Luffy. Kaboom. Which one is Arlong? The guy is fist ready to kick Arlong's butt, and I can't even read it till I get the next volume. Amazon, why do you bend my books when you ship? That frustrates me.
Damn.
All right, One Piece fan.
That was really good, man. Yo, Bryce from the shelf, that's pretty good. I like your analysis.
I've got 10 chapters left of Fishman Island, so let's finish it.
Let's finish it.
I want to know why Noah's Ark is so important here.
Okay.
Tell me now. Human pirates are standing up to the...
Noah's Ark is important because there was a flood, and then Noah's Ark was used to have all the animals and some people in there to like reset the human race, and then God created the rainbow as a promise to make sure that nobody, like, he would never flood the earth again. Maybe you didn't mean that Noah's Ark. Sorry, it was a joke.
For the island, so how can we run away behind their backs? It always makes me so emotional when people like love and appreciate the Straw Hats. Happy tears, happy tears.
Oh, okay, happy tears. She's always crying, bro. Even when it's happy tears, she's just always crying, man.
A smaller iPad. This shit is fucking massive. Also, it's upside down.
God damn, that's a bit. Maybe she's just small. Maybe secretly this entire time, red-haired Mari is tiny. Maybe she is petite red-haired Mari. Because, God, that looks huge.
Only humanoid form of yours is looking pretty monstrous this day. I don't mind anymore. The only reason I wanted to be human was to make friends. I'm fine being a monster for Luffy's sake. Oh, cool, Zoro goes, you're not even worth killing time. Does Nico Robin have the hots for Jinbei?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
She can make 2 of herself now?
Yeah, I found that out too. I thought that was interesting.
What?
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
The power that keeps me alive in this world is not organs, flesh, or blood. No, it is my soul. Ugh. So long as my bones do not take a single scratch, you cannot say that your attacks cut me to the bone. This is fucking crazy. What in the world happened to you in the past? What did the humans do to you? Nothing. Is entirely empty. There is no substance within him. He's a true hater. A hater with no purpose. We were too late for them. They are what Mother feared most of all. We should have started by fighting inward. Our mother was murdered by the hatred of Fishman Island. Straw Hat, we do not need our past. Reduce it to nothing. Vanquish these ghosts that distance us from the sun. With your hand, reduce Fishman Island to nothing. The moment we landed in the square, we and Jinbei decided that we wouldn't let anyone on Fishman Island be hurt. Anyone. Leave it to us. We're friends, aren't we?
Aww.
Oh. I love them.
Please don't cry.
Get your filthy hands off my pal's country, you snot little punks. This island is my territory now.
Okay, there we go. Was this Luffy's first official territory? I really don't remember. Was Fishman Island his official first ever territory? I mean, I guess you could like technically say like he would have considered places like Kokoyashi Village or any of the other villages territory. He would have like backed them up if they ever needed help, right? Or like Syrup Village, he would have helped them up if he ever like, you know, like needed to go back, right? But I think this was his first like official like declared territory. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I trust these guys the same way we trusted the Great Whitebeard. So Whitebeard's gonna haunt the narrative too.
Damn.
You say that
it's beautiful that she's such an easy crier, but it's also like, damn, man. Yeah, her crying is kind of contagious, you know? Like, when she cries, you're like, should I cry too? She has a contagious cry.
Her hatred remains after death. Poppycock.
Poppycock.
Death leaves nothing behind. Our captain, Straw Hat Luffy, will one day be king of the pirates.
What does poppycock mean? Isn't that like saying like BS? You know, like saying like bull crap or whatever. That's what poppycock means, right?
Believing that as we do, what reason do we have to panic? Chopper can control the monster form.
Congratulations.
Let's fucking go. I was so hoping that he would learn to control it when it was shown to us. Oh my god. I love these cover stories. I love like little updates on everyone else. Brooks is so cool. The dead sends a sharp blood freezing gale to flip up all skirts. What a guy. Thoughts. I have thoughts. But Sanji's power was really cool. She got the Neptunians to grab it. Luffy. Yeah, but at least the ship stopped and now everyone's alright. Oh my god, I love Luffy so much.
Right.
We have been waiting and waiting for you to be born. This ship was built for us to pull. It has been spoken of for years and years among us. Every few hundred years, our sovereign is born in the form of a mermaid for some reason. From the moment of your birth, you have been our queen. Pretty much fucking destroyed. That human with the hat seemed to notice our voices. That can't be, but it did happen once before. Roger also... Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I want to read into that so badly and I'm going to do so. What the fuck? What is the promised time? I love that they're like, I refuse to be treated like heroes. Hell no. Oh, the feast. This looks so fun. Who is Joy Boy? Joy Boy is a person who lived on the surface during the 100-year void. 2 years ago, I read a poneglyph on an island in the sky that contained the location of an ancient weapon, and that location was here. Could the mermaid princess who lived in the time of Joy Boy have another name? A name that Princess Shirohoshi, who has the same power, will inherit now as her own. Her other name is, in fact, the ancient weapon, Poseidon. 3 ancient weapons. Of course, fucking Caribou is here listening in. No fucking way.
Damn.
Akainu and Aokiji had a fight.
I forgot about Caribou.
Luffy holding his chest saying Akainu. Aokiji isn't even a sailor anymore. That just makes me hate Akainu even more.
Damn.
You would wound your fellow Navy men for power. You would wound him so badly that he can no longer be a sailor. That's crazy. He's one of the 4 emperors now, Blackbeard. Big Mom is a monster who would destroy a nation for the sake of her sweets. Don't get me wrong. I love a good sweet treat, but damn. I need to start taking names more seriously, because when I thought Big Mom, I didn't expect this. Luffy answering the call from Big Mom. I fucking love Luffy. I can't. He goes, I ate all of them. I ate all 10 tons. I'm gonna find you in the New World, kick your butt, and announce that Fishman Island is my territory. If Luffy becomes a fucking emperor, oh my god. So glad
that would be badass, wouldn't it? Huh? That would be badass. Wait, can there be more than 4 emperors? Huh.
Caribou get his ass beat again and again. I love Zoro calling Sanji nosebleed. You got it. It's a promise. They all want a straw hat. Once we get to the surface, we'll be on the same sea as Shanks. Then, I can't wait to see him.
Aww.
Oh my god, don't show me Ace, bruh. Here we go, people. To the New World.
This is good. This is brilliant. This is beautiful. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I probably had some hot takes in this video. Tell me if you disagree with them or if you agree with them. At the end of the day, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy. Thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video.